What's good, guys? It's ICS. A lot of you guys don't know me, but I'm a football and basketball fanatic, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I can analyze and talk about every single team in football and basketball with no bias at all, leaving my team out of it. And today I'm coming with something new. This is called MailBag Mondays. People are going to have throwing questions throughout the week. I'm going to answer them, in my opinion, try to give the best result that I can. This is Snapback Sports by Jack Settleman. A couple people reached out to me, wanted me to do Mailbag Mondays. I'm going to answer these questions, be objective as I can, and let's do it. First question comes from Ice Jr. Does A-Rod want out? And if so, where should he go? So, when I watched the post-game interview, I saw Aaron Rodgers. We can't really look that much. This is right after the game. Aaron Rodgers hadn't even had to sleep on it yet. So he very emotional. Number one seed. He didn't make the Super Bowl. Lost in the same round he lost in last year. This is Aaron Rodgers. So him winning out is way confusing than any other quarterback winning out, because the problem is defense. And I don't think that he necessarily wants to get out and get traded. I think he's really trying to get the organization to do something about defense, because they traded up in the first round to get Jordan Love, and that didn't help them this year, and they lost. In their building this time, the first home NFC championship that Aaron Rodgers had, and he lost. It's that simple. He lost. I don't think he wants out. I think that he's trying to get the organization to listen, because they didn't listen to him last year. And him winning out, I don't really know where he would go, because he's trying to get defense. So he's trying to go somewhere for defense. Where would he go? That has a good, that he basically the situation that he would want to be in is somebody who's just a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. And there's very few teams. I don't think he wants out. I think he's trying to get the organization to draft somebody in the first round. I don't believe that he wants out. Next question from Curry30 Goated. Who is the MVP of the NBA right now? So when we look at the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, the 76ers sit on top of the Eastern Conference, and the Lakers sit on top of the Western Conference. If I was to pick an MVP right now, it would be between Joel Embiid and LeBron James. Because Joel Embiid he's carrying the Sixers right now. He's being more aggressive. He's doing what Joel Embiid should do. He's being more aggressive than we've seen in the past. Ben Simmons is coming along with him. And then LeBron, you know what he's doing on the Lakers. He has them with a good record. All his losses, the 4 losses, have come at home, unfortunately. They're undefeated on the road, only team to do so. But if I was to pick one MVP right now, I would think I would go with Joel Embiid, just because he's playing on another level right now, helping the Sixers contend. Tobias Harris is stepping up, and Joel Embiid is just the center of that offense. So right now, my MVP would be Joel Embiid. The question from Trevor: how much are the refs to blame in the Packers game? Before I go to that question, I'm a Saints fan. I watched the 2018 championship. I watched it. I watched the 2018 NFC championship in New Orleans, and I saw the no call. So I witnessed the worst no call in the history of the NFL. I witnessed that. I watched it with my own 2 eyes. And what people told me is that I can't blame the refs because we got the ball in overtime. And I can only keep the same energy right here. I agree. I definitely agree that the refs don't always make the right calls. But at the end of the day, you can't let the refs decide the game. There was various opportunities. The reason that the Packers lost is because they got 3 turnovers on the Buccaneers, and they couldn't do anything with it. That's it. 6 points off 3 turnovers will not get it done. That's the reason they lost the game. The refs made some bad calls. I agree that they were inconsistent, because you can't call that on Kevin King, but on Lazard getting grabbed, you can't call that. I understand the refs have been inconsistent. I believe there should be a system when we penalize the refs that don't make the right calls at the right time. But I can't really blame the refs for the Packers' loss. It's a terrible call. I understand. I felt your emotion in 2018. I understand. But I can't really blame the refs. The refs definitely have some blame, but they're not the sole reason why the Packers lost the NFC Championship. And this one comes from my cousin Prince Uche IV. Next moves for Matthew Stafford and Deshaun Watson. For those of you who don't know, Deshaun Watson has requested out. Deshaun Watson has requested out. He doesn't want out, but he hasn't physically requested a trade yet. But no matter if they hire Airbnb or whoever they hire, it's not expected to change his mind. A lot of people have thought that he's played his last down for the Houston Texans. They think it's over, and I would have to agree. So, I think that they'll try to trade him. When an organization is trying to trade an NFL player, the first thing they want to do is get him out of the division and maybe out of the conference. That's what Minnesota did. Get him out of the NFC and trade him to Buffalo. That's what Houston did, even though it wasn't a really good trade. Get him out of the conference and trade him to Arizona. That's what they want to do. Get him out of the conference. So it'll be interesting to see. Apparently the leading, of course, you know that the Panthers are in the mix. You know that the 49ers are in the mix. The Jets are in the mix. They're all in the mix for Deshaun Watson. I think the best fit, if you want me to be honest, the best fit for Deshaun Watson, I believe, will be the 49ers. I think he'll be the best fit. No question. He'll be the best fit for Deshaun Watson. I believe that if he goes to the 49ers with Kyle Shanahan, he'll be an MVP within 3 years. If he goes to... Because he's really young. He's only a couple years in the league. Maybe 3, 4. Maybe 4, 5 at max, I think. So he's really young in the league. So I absolutely think that he's going to be... A lot of people are going to try to trade for him. Maybe the Rams will try to do something for him because I don't know if they like Jared Goff. They restructured his contract how many times. He's turning the ball over. He doesn't really look the same, even though he played well in the playoff game. I'm not sure if they really think he's the future Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's doing a lot. He can't play forever, you know. You want to get one. So I believe that the best move for Deshaun Watson would be to go to the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Of course, New Orleans. Go there. And for Matthew Stafford, he's a little bit older, you know. He needs to just... He wants to go somewhere and win a Super Bowl. That's that simple. So he can go to the 49ers. He can go to the Saints. He can go to a lot of teams to just go in and win. So he's going to have to get traded. So in the AFC, whoever needs a quarterback and that they're a quarterback away, they need to bite on them. Whether that's the Jets, whether that's the Steelers, whatever they want to do, they want to force Ben to retire. But they need a quarterback. And they need one fast. So Matthew Stafford and Deshaun Watson, they're going to be some big names. I believe that both people are going to be traded before the start of the season in August. So these are two quarterbacks. I believe they're two franchise quarterbacks right now. Of course, you know what the Lions didn't really help Matthew Stafford all that much. They never really put out a good defense for him. Because, you know, he gets into shootouts. He's making great throws. He's very underrated. He went to Georgia. But, you know, he just wants out. I mean, how many times can you bruise and batter yourself for a franchise and for them just not to help you at all? And for Deshaun Watson to be disrespected with the GM and Easterby, I understand why both players want out. But I believe that Matthew Stafford should either go to he can go to the Saints. We can go to the Jets if they want to move on from Sam Darnold, so then they can get another quarterback. And Deshaun Watson, you can go to the 49ers, the Jets, the Saints, whoever he decides to go with. Maybe the Cowboys can come in this mix. They'll be like, no, we can trade him. We can get Dak away. But that's my opinion on Matthew Stafford. This is Snapback Sports by Jack Settleman. First episode of MailBag Mondays.